Hey everybody, this is Richard of RichardThinks.org. Today I'm out in Olney, Maryland with the band Hydra Kill. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Alright, so go ahead and just tell everybody who you are and roll in the band.
I'm Tim O'Connell. I'm the bassist.
I'm John Neckrich. I am the lead vocalist.
I'm Zach Mustafa. I am the drummer.
I'm Rohan Mather, and I'm the lead guitarist.
And I'm Mickey Collins, and I'm the rhythm guitarist.
Alright, so when and how did the band form? Can you guys just give like a brief history on that?
Well, I believe Zach and Rohan started out. They were friends for a while. And Zach eventually picked up drums. Rohan picked up guitar. They decided to start jamming together. I was new in school. Rohan eventually ran into me, met me, found out I played bass, so he told me just to come start jamming out with them. Turns out we all like the same kind of music and stuff. So, and we're all fresh, same level of playability and talent. That was a better word for it. Whatever. So we started playing together. Started looking for other guitarists. Went through a couple people. Eventually got Mickey. He was the first guy to actually stay with us. Started working on vocalists. Went through a couple people, and eventually found John.
So John, how did you come into the picture? How did they approach you, or did you approach them?
One of the funny stories is that right as these guys were forming, they were sophomores. I was a senior in high school, and I had a computer class with Tim and Rohan. And they were always like, "Hey, you should come join with us, play Metallica, blah blah." And at the time, I was going through some pretty rough stuff, but that's a different story. And so I was like, not now. So they went through a couple vocalists, and then last year, I believe I was talking to Rohan, and I was just like, "Hey, what's going on?" They was telling me that they needed a vocalist. I was like, "Yeah, I'll come by and jam." Sounded like shit at first, but after a while, they were nice. They gave me some time and progressed a lot more than when I started back last year or so.
Yeah, we had a lot of faith in John. His first show was Cataclysm and All Shall Perish, so that's a pretty big show.
Yeah.
It was.
That's very good. So what was the inspiration for the name Hydra Kill? Especially the why?
I was watching a sci-fi movie called The Hydra, and I called up Rohan and I told him, let's be Hydra. And a couple days later, he came up with Hydra Kill, and then Tim came up with Hydra Kill with the Y.
And he did some research
Yeah.
and figured out that Kill, Kyll, is actually a river in Germany. And so we were like, okay, cool. It's symbolic. So we took the Hydra and just kind of dragged him out of Greek mythology and threw him in that river. So Germans beware.
So in other terms, the name is a bunch of bullshit, but it's very phonetically pleasing, and people seem to like it. So
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, we just went with it.
Very good. So when did each of you begin playing music?
Um,
Just to give like a little brief insight on that.
when I was 8, I learned how to play the trumpet, and I dropped it going into high school because I didn't want to take band. And around the same time, my aunt gave me a guitar, and I just started learning how to play guitar around them. And around the same time, I was getting into metal.
I played flute in 5th grade for 2 weeks, and then I started playing piano in 6th grade, and I've been playing that ever since. But how I got into guitar was my mom came home one day with one of those $150 guitar sets you buy at Target with a little battery-powered amp. And I was
the beginner set.
Yeah. I was like so overjoyed. I just like spent hours and hours and hours just playing it, learning how to play. So, and I never really took lessons, which I regret now because I still want to, but at this point I'm self-taught and I want to play music for the rest of my life.
That's very good. How about you, Zach?
Well, I don't know how old I was. I think I was probably around the same age as Mickey, 8. I also played the trumpet, and and then like around middle school, I started listening to like Metallica, and I was like, I want to be like Kirk Hammett. And that never really worked out because I just gave up on guitar. Then I got, I think I was
13?
13. It was my freshman year, I think. I started wanting to play the drums, and here I am now with Hydra Kill.
What about you, John?
Well, actually, in elementary school, I started with trumpet for a while. Gave it up. Gave it up, and then I was one of like maybe 2 guys that played the clarinet all the way up until middle school. Started singing in middle school as well. Had an embarrassing talent show for middle school, and it's also I picked up guitar for a while, played all the way until I graduated, but then gave up on guitar so I could focus on just singing, and then I started picking up screaming, which I've been doing for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
So.
How do you like maintain that? Like, I mean, I've seen some videos and heard some stuff. You sound really good.
Like maintaining the screaming.
Yeah, like how did you perfect that? Like
a lot of practice. One band I was in a couple years ago, this guy really helped me out. He was really good at drums, guitar, and screaming. So he's like, just practice every day, what you have to do. It takes almost a year to perfect, and then as time goes on, you really learn how to maintain airflow and what you do. Your mouth, tongue, and all that fun stuff. And so, I know it sounds weird, but after a while and practicing every day, you learn how to maintain it, and then it keeps on progressing, so you just gotta keep that.
And he's just got some mad pipes.
I saw, like I said, I saw some videos. I was very impressed. So how about you?
Well, I unfortunately didn't play the trumpet.
Neither did I. We cool.
Yeah, but I didn't pick up any instrument until I was probably 14. I was just one day, like, you know what, I want to play something. Everybody played guitar, so I said, fuck that. What's the point? I went to go look at drums, and I said, that's too expensive, so fuck that. So I picked up a bass, and I just started teaching myself, and eventually figured it out. Yeah.
Hey, it's one way or another, right?
Yeah.
So, how would you say where you guys get your influence from?
How do you mean, instrumentally or lyrically?
Well, just a little bit of both.
Well, lyrically, when I write, I tend to base it off of, like, my favorite thing is epics and old, like, epic poems, like Paradise Lost, Dante's Inferno. I base a lot of it off of that, and I base a lot of it off of the literature that I've read, and some of it comes from personal experience, but a lot of that really doesn't fit with what we write. So most of it comes from old literature and my imagination.
So when you guys are going to write lyrics, do you guys write it all together? Do you guys get together, or do you guys write it individually and then come together and see what you guys like?
Yeah, we end up writing it on our own time, bringing it in and be like, look what I wrote, you guys!
On this
We'll
coming
look it over, we'll either be like, that sucks, or we'll be like, that's fantastic.
on this coming EP, since John joined late, really he hasn't participated in much of the lyric writing, but that'll change during when we write our full length. But as of now, it's Tim, Mickey, and I that have wrote the lyrics for all the songs.
So how long have you guys been writing for this upcoming EP?
Too long.
Way too long.
For a 5-track EP, too long.
Well, 2 of the songs
We had.
for a while, because 2 of the songs we had before John even joined the band at all. So those, Eternal Iron Man and Monster Within are both about 2 years old. And then the rest of them were written like within a few months, so they're fairly new. But so mix and matched. It took us, recording became a little difficult with us. So
Very good. So you guys played 2 big shows this year, Ice Jam and Metal Alliance. Now both of those bands, for Ice Jam you got August Burns Red, and then for Metal Alliance you got Devil Driver, 3 Inches of Blood, and Jump for a Cowboy. Now those bands are pretty much opposite ends of the genre. How did it feel playing Ice Jam as opposed to Metal Alliance, with the types of audiences those 2 bands draw?
The crowds are so much different.
Oh yeah.
There, you at August Burns Red shows, you'll see
Hardcore dance.
you'll see a lot younger people at at those shows than if you go to 3 Inches of Blood and Devil Driver. You'll get the older scene. Nonetheless, they're both mad fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're both so much fun, but they're 2 completely different spectrums. But that's what I think is unique about us, is that we can bring.
We can attract everybody.
That's a better word.
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
always fit the bill.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Bring in both sides of
It
the
doesn't-
spectrum
It doesn't
to
matter
a
what
common.
shows we play.
Yeah, like I said, there's not many bands that can, play both types of shows and have the same reception that you guys got.
Yeah.
From what videos I saw, it seems like everybody's going at it.
Yeah, well, it's like, back in Ice Jam, you had, we got the kids, hardcore dancing, and then Metal Alliance, we had the older guys who actually had a pit going, so,
Yeah.
we don't mind it as long as the crowd loves it. Then that's all that matters. So
That's very good.
Yeah.
If you're into it, we're happy.
yeah.
That's very good. So what's the weirdest thing you guys ever seen happen at one of your when you're performing?
Oh,
the guy
yes.
Warbringer?
Yes, we opened up for Warbringer one day, and there was a man dressed. He was wearing samurai pants. I don't know what the official name for those.
I
is.
should know it off the top of my head, but I don't.
But he was wearing samurai pants, normal red shirt tucked into the pants, glasses, long hair, and he was doing this really awkward dancing, if you can call it dancing. He was doing some weird, bizarre movements, and everybody just made a circle around him.
And everyone was afraid to like.
And
get
nobody
into it.
would do anything
Yeah, he was
while we
scaring
were
them off.
playing. They were just watching him. So eventually, at the last song we were playing, since we just couldn't figure out what to do to get the crowd like away from him and just like into the music, I decided to just hop out and start dancing with him. And Rohan and Mickey joined me. We were just kind of just went along
So
with it.
all
'cause
three of
we
you guys were in the pit playing
Yeah.
together?
Yeah.
Yeah, just jumped off the stage right in a bit.
So very recently, you guys posted on Facebook that you guys are now under Monolith management. How did that go about, and how's that going for you so far?
Quite don't remember.
As you might be aware, Monolith is under. They're in collaboration with
Matchless Records,
yeah.
and they said that Matchless is fairly new. They only have like 4 bands, and they said that they were looking for people. So we throw ourselves out there, see what they say. The worst they can do is say no. They emailed us back and said no, but we would be interested in managing you guys. So we just talked to them for a little bit, worked out a deal, and we just said let's go for it.
It's going pretty well.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Our manager, his name is Cameron Rome. He's pretty solid. He does all the stuff that we used to do, only 10 times better.
He's definitely good at what he
I
does.
mean,
Yeah,
he's
he
doing
knows
his
what
job perfectly.
We have a meeting with him on Thursday.
This
So
Thursday coming up?
Yeah.
Very good. So what's next for Hydra Kill? You guys are finishing up this EP that we just discussed right now. How far along is that going for you guys right now?
We're
we're done tracking. We're currently in the midst of getting the artwork finished.
Artwork's like
It's
It's
this close to being
95%
done.
It's
done.
close
it's
to
so
done.
close.
It is. And then all we have to do now is mastering and printing for CDs, and once that gets done, we'll be able to.
merch.
the merch has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but
Oh,
once we,
still.
well, wait, see, we don't only want online. We want hard copy CDs too,
Yeah.
because a lot of these people are just going to be like, yeah, I want an actual CD. I want.
And we sell them at the shows. You can probably.
Yeah.
Also,
And
we are planning on. Zach actually had a good point. We are planning on releasing this the EP and merch all at the same
A
time.
lot of merch at
just
the
to
same
have it all on the market at once. So that's another thing we're also waiting for is artwork for the merch to be done, which
And-
is also almost done.
Once we get
It's
once we get all the
all-
CDs printed and shipped out and everything, we're gonna plan an EP release show with one of the booking companies that we work with. Hopefully it'll work out and we'll be able to have a pretty big CD release show.
Very good. Where are you hoping to have it? Like in Maryland, at somewhere like in
Either
Sonoma?
Empire or some others.
Maybe Sonar.
Yeah,
Maybe
something.
so.
We haven't really
Maybe
discussed
Talking
that yet.
Head.
Maybe Talking
Oh,
Head.
yeah, I'll just-
Yeah, but a venue that knows us is what we're
venue
trying
that
to
we're
do.
used to.
Very good. So how many songs are going to be on this EP?
5 tracks.
5. And the name of the EP, you guys have made up of that yet?
Yeah, it's Awake, Arise, or Forever Be Fallen
A fabulous quote.
by John Milton from the epic poem Paradise Lost.
Just in case you didn't know.
I did not know that, but now
Most
I do.
people probably don't.
But now I do, and so does everybody watching.
It's a great read, I recommend it.
If you have the time for it.
That's very
It's a
good.
long read.
So you guys going back to when you guys are writing lyrics, so you just draw a lot of your influence from mythologies and
Well,
epics.
that
We
is
don't
different
have-
between each
That's
of us.
that's
Yeah.
me, really.
That's you. So what's for everybody else individually here? Just go down the line.
You want to start?
You got it.
Okay. My influence comes out of a lot of it is very like anti-establishment punk kind of lyrics going on.
Mhm.
A little bit Slipknotty, if that
Slipknot.
can be a thing we say.
It is now.
How about
It is
you?
now.
How about you, Zach?
I mean, I don't really write lyrics.
Zach and I
He goes
balance
with a
each other.
full-on brutality.
Zach and I like to bounce ideas off of each other. He comes up with some cool concepts. I kind of work with them, add my own flair to them. That's usually how Zach and I work with the lyrics
So you guys
together a little bit.
Very good. So what about you John?
Well, mine is kind of different. Mostly life experiences that I've gone through, and then I'll be sitting at home. I'm like, okay, I got this, and I just have to write it down. But now I'm with these guys. I'm starting to kind of change the way I write to keep away from like the emotional standpoint. But I could ask the guys to be like, give me a topic, whatnot, what do you want this to sound like? And then I could sit down, and then once it comes to me, then I got it, and I could write it in like 20 minutes, go over, revise it, and then all that stuff.
As I said before, John didn't write anything for this EP, but he really has a way with our words. Like if we give him a song, he will make it fit into whatever instrumental piece we have it for, and he'll make it fit almost damn perfectly. So he's really a good asset to have. And he's short.
Definitely am the short song.
Very cool. So after this EP, when it is finally completed, what do you foresee next for Hydra Kill?
Lots and lots of gigs.
Lots and lots of good.
We want to play a lot of shows.
So what's the
More
next?
fans.
What's the next show for you guys as of right now?
April 20th, we're playing at Sonar in Baltimore with Origin, Cattle Decapitation, Decrepit Birth, Boarded,
Rings of Saturn.
Rings of Saturn, and Battlecross.
Very good. And if someone wanted to check out the music that you have out right now, which I heard, where would be the best place to see that at?
Our Facebook page.
Facebook.com.
It's just facebook.com/Hydra Kill, so it's easy enough.
Very easy.
Very good. Well, thank you guys for taking the time to do this.
Thank you for having us.
So there you got it. Next, hopefully, the EP will drop soon, and you can just check out music at facebook.com/Hydra Kill and see them at Sonar on 420, which is later this month. Thank you again, Hydra Kill.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.